Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Shenanigans, except for the rock. Oh, there he is. So, you're in this carriage, running through the woods on your way to Shady Acres. Conveniently, there's a little, slidey windowy thingy up near the front so you can speak to the driver. So, if need be, you can speak to our unnamed NPC, who doesn't matter who's driving.
I'm also a guest.
Yes, that more importantly, so you can speak to Bad Cane. The elderly woman, who I don't think has given a name yet, or a name was asked of her yet, looks to the three of you inside and says, "So, young ones, what is your plan to deal with Janice?"
Kill the ever-loving crap out of her.
I suppose she's a ghost, so normal weapons won't work, but I think our wizard, he has some special stuff that could help. I think he mentioned he has a magic knife, I could use that, and he has some spells. So... Also, that guy said he's a paladin, so I heard they are pretty good with undead.
I see. Well, did you have something more specific in mind, or are you going to wait for her to ride through town and ambush her there, or are you going to just let her kidnap somebody and go straight to the keep? Are you going to try and stop her outside of town? Are you going to put up traps? Are you going to try and kill her phantom steed? But tell me, what is your plan?
You seem very interested in our plan.
Oh, I just know. I've hired people now 12 years running. This is the 13th year. Each year, people show up without an idea of what to do. Then they faff about for 5 hours, and then they finally get their shit together. So I'm just trying to encourage you earlier on in the process to think about what you're doing.
Well, let me tell you that this show is only 4 hours. So...
That's the problem.
God, so tell us, what is just...
Don't break too many walls, okay?
Have people done all those things that you suggested before?
Oh, yes.
Have they
Everything
worked?
has... Well, I mean, the curse continues. But it might not be their technique.
So none of those is a good idea.
I can't tell you what's a good idea. Not all I know is that no one has ever succeeded in lifting the curse.
All right. Nobody has succeeded. But what hasn't worked in the sense of like, oh, haha, we got these crossbows and we got an ambush. Oh, pew pew, and then they just like go straight right through, like stuff like that. Important stuff that we need to know. That's just straight up not going to work.
Well, she has corporeal form. After all, she does ride through town and pick up a person and lay her over the horse. So she's physical.
Well,
what if we disguise Bad Cane as a young woman?
won't work.
He's a little tall.
I mean, I smell like perfume. I have some with me, but it won't work. Maybe we could disguise the paladin.
You know, they really should call you Big Bad Cane. Because you're so tall.
You know, that is a good idea.
Yes.
Anyway, what's your name?
Candy.
With an I or a Y?
With a Y.
I see.
Yes.
So does Janice just hang out in that castle before Halloween?
She cocks her head to the side and says, "What's Halloween?"
Oh, before the anniversary of her death?
The castle's been abandoned. I've never visited. I have no idea.
I mean, I'm just wondering if we can go pre-kill her before she does this whole thing.
Well, tomorrow's the anniversary. Perhaps.
Perhaps we lose Zen.
Perhaps. Yes, I do believe I heard a strange noise coming from that strange person right before they disappeared.
Well, where is she buried? I mean, did she, like, rise from her grave? Is that where she starts?
I'll take you to the cemetery.
But I mean, is that where she starts? Does she like rise up out of the grave?
She shakes her head. I do not know where she comes from. She just appears once a year.
Anyway, what is your name, good man? Oh, by the way, we broke the cameras, I think.
I'm working on it.
Okay.
Broke the ever-loving.
And I turn to the driver. What's your name?
He does not reply. He's just busy driving the horses.
Good man.
Just quietly, silently. Teaming. He's a teamster? Do you have to have 4 horses to be a teamster, or can you be a teamster if you drive 2 horses?
He's the horseman.
The
coachman. He's the coachman.
Ooh, coachman. God, it's good to have someone with old-timey knowledge around here. You know that?
Are you saying that Rob is old?
I'm saying that he's a medieval historian, so he knows this shit.
Yeah, that's what you were saying.
So is it all first-hand knowledge there, Rob?
Rob is a well-educated man. He knows
I know
all
that.
the things.
That's all the things.
I
How much is all?
don't know. That's more than I do.
Okay.
Rob for president 2017?
2012.
Why not? Let's just do it right now.
Couldn't be worse. Right now I have passed as many substantive legal
Reforms?
laws or programs as our current president, and I haven't even been trying.
That's fancy.
I've passed just as many important bills as Trump.
All right, let's move on before this delves down too deeply. So, would you like me to take you to the graveyard?
Sure.
Why not?
What could possibly go wrong?
The carriage driver takes you to the graveyard after Candy taps on the front window again and says, "To the graveyard, sir." And soon you find yourself in a graveyard outside of town. The sun is beginning to set here.
Guys, this graveyard's pretty popular. You can tell, because everyone's just dying to get here.
Where's her grave?
Candy leads you to Janice's grave.
I knew it.
It is off in a corner, and there is no headstone or plaque or anything. It's just a patch of dirt. And she points to the patch of dirt.
Isn't it all dirt?
No, it's grass throughout most of the cemetery. There's some like dirty patches here and there, but there's a particularly large dirty patch, and she points to it and says, "That's where we buried her. We didn't mark it because she's not deserving of a restful peace."
Why isn't the grass grown there then? Do you guys like constantly dig up the grass or something?
So
No, it's just never grown.
Why does she kidnap young women? I mean, is it like she's mentoring them, or she was like a switch hitter, or
all I know is that they're never seen from again. I don't have the answers you seek.
Well, do you have any idea what she did when she was alive? Any reason for haunting and kidnapping women?
She was a brutal dictator that ruled the land with an iron fist.
But
she was awful.
Did she have some special interest in women?
No, not that I'm aware of.
Who killed her again?
Oh, the Count. No, High Prince. There are High Princes in Drekis, not Counts. Came through and executed her, guillotined her head right off, and burned her keep.
When she rides through town, does she like have a head, or is it gone?
She shakes her head. No, headless.
Well,
where is the head kept? I mean, if this is her body, is the head in there? Is the head somewhere else?
She pauses and chews on her lip a little. You know, no one's ever asked me that. I don't know where her head is. Do you think that's why she's...
For 13 years, this headless woman has been riding through here, and nobody's bothered to ask where the head is?
Why, it's a ghost. I thought it was just part of the ghostliness of it. You know, kind of spooky.
Do you know where she was executed?
Oh, yes, in the village square. Would you like me to take you there?
Well, question is, what do you normally bury the head together with the executed?
We don't normally execute people here. It was the High Prince's special orders. He and his men came through and did it. I was not a part of it. I was just a young lady back then. Merely 80 years old.
Wasn't it like 12 years ago?
13 years ago. Well, 13 years ago tomorrow.
The High Prince just travels with his own guillotine, apparently?
No, they built one especially. It took them a week to make. She was very brutal. It was a special circumstance.
Well, anyway, Sam, do you have any way to maybe detect some remains of her? That might be a good clue.
Well, I can detect evil, so I could detect evil over the grave and see if there's evil coming from down there.
All right, do that.
Is detect evil blocked by a certain amount of earth?
Let's see what it says.
It is probably blocked by at least one earth.
Yeah, because the range
unfortunately,
is only...
we aren't on Earth right now, Neal, so...
Yeah, because the range is probably like 60, and the Earth is like 12,000 miles through the core.
8,000 miles through the center?
Is it? Okay, let me see.
No, maybe it's 16 through the center. It's 24,000 around. Diameter pi is... Yeah, no, it's about 8 through the center. Yeah. 8 and something. Depending on whether you're going top to bottom or side to side, you know.
7,000.
Quick, Neal, which way is thicker?
17.
Side to side is way thicker than top to bottom.
Okay. Good, you paid attention.
Detect evil. Can detect emanations of evil from creatures or objects within a path 10 feet wide and 60 feet long. It takes one round to scan a direction, and the cleric cannot be attempting other actions. Does not say anything about it being blocked. Just 10 feet wide, 60 feet long.
Similar to the detect magic.
Wide, 60 feet long. I thought it was 10 feet wide, 120 yards long.
Page 57 of the
That's
skills
a
and
very
powers.
long line of detect evil.
Page 57. So you're not using the detect magic from the player's handbook spell.
No, this is the cleric ability.
Oh, this is...
Because clerics are better paladins than paladins.
Right. Detect evil. Okay. Okay, so you scan and detect evil throughout the graveyard, or attempt to. You get a little bit of an evil aura coming from Bad Cane, but it's pretty minor. You know, it's just like a little sparkle of color that kind of like fades away around him. Just a little bit of evil.
He's neutral.
But his name is Bad Cane. You have to have a little bit of evil around you to be named Bad
It's
Cane.
Big Bad Cane right now.
Right, Big Bad Cane. It's a good one.
He's a level 1 fighter.
However, the rest of the graveyard looks fine.
What about your son?
The child is radiating all sorts of evil. It's like oodles and oodles of evil are coming off of the baby.
That baby's freaking powerful. We should kill it. We'll probably get a lot of things.
No, the baby isn't evil. Just a baby.
Bob has like specifically said the entire time he's checked like every day and it's never radiated evil.
Sure,
lying.
Yeah.
He's lying, of course.
He's blinded.
I mean, we could
Towards
just
the
throw
baby.
the baby at the ghost and let them replay on each other. I mean, that's
So?
how.
Is she there? Are you
She
going
doesn't
to
seem to be.
Are you going to dig up her grave?
What? No. Oh my God! What are you talking about, lady? Picking up the.
Has that been done
desecrating a
before?
grave?
It's never been done.
I mean, maybe to help with the situation, you could give her a proper gravestone. Maybe the ghost has come back because you didn't give her the proper rites.
Let's be honest, the ghost is probably coming because it was never buried with its head.
Probably. And
Let's
it
give
was
it a
never
head.
properly buried.
You know, that's probably why she's taking all those young women. She wants a head.
You think
like-
she's been
Then-
beheading them?
Might
I wouldn't be surprised. Like, she
Did
got
she take-
beheaded. Now she's like, well, screw you. I want a head. The head's them.
Maybe, yeah, maybe
Does she
she's
take like
searching.
one woman each time?
Yes, one woman.
Maybe she's searching for a right head. Like,
Oh, not
This
a
is
left
only
head.
about-
It seems like it'd be easier just to take the head instead of the whole woman.
But
Yeah.
ghosts don't work like that, bro.
I mean, that's very presumptive of
Okay.
you. That
Okay, Is
if
there-
you don't really know what she's doing, why would you know exactly the most efficient way to do it?
now hold on. Is there anyone that would know where the head is?
I don't know who would know that. The gravedigger died the day after he buried her. Sudden
you
heart
saw-
attack.
you saw the execution, right?
She nods.
You didn't see what they did with the head? Dumped it somewhere?
I mean, there was a lot of fanfare and partying and drinking.
They put it on
I
a
took up
spike
my
or
old
anything?
profession again. You know, I didn't really pay too much attention to what happened with the body. I was too happy to be worried about these sorts of things. I never, in my wildest dreams, would have imagined that she'd come back from the dead.
Can you
I
imagine
wasn't
someone
prepared for this. I'm sorry.
anyway,
I'm confused. This is an episode in the history of the town that's about a headless horsewoman, and no one here was prepared to wonder about the location of the head.
No, I'm just saying I wasn't there to see what happened to the head. Its fate
I
is
thought
not
you said
known
you
to
weren't
me.
prepared.
I wasn't prepared. No. I was not prepared at the time of the beheading to
Hold on.
worry about the headless horsewoman.
anyway,
on.
No.
Right.
Neal,
So you
How
weren't
close-
prepared regarding this episode in the history of the town.
She looks at you befuddled and says, I think you're being too meta about this, and it's not making any sense. Let's just move on.
I
Neal,
think
how close are we to the town square?
You're in the graveyard. You are nowhere near the town square. You can't even see the village.
question.
Need to go to the village, ask people where the head is, and then try to put in the grave.
I don't know, guys. I feel like there was specifically not a lot of preparation for the head, and so that maybe that's not the secret to everything here.
You should be careful not to break too many walls. We don't know what will happen then. Anyway,
Yeah, you don't want the whole thing to come
do you
tumbling
know
down.
someone who might have paid attention at that day?
I don't know, guys. I mean, I kind of feel like we can cast about, but nothing's really going to work for like at least an hour and a half.
Well, that's a defeatist attitude. Why do you even bother doing the first 3 hours then? Why don't
I
we
don't
just
know.
jump
It's like,
to the
it's
end?
like, why does anybody ever follow up on House's like first 3 guesses? Why
a
don't they
very
just
good
like
question.
assume? I mean,
Wait a minute. I think we've had this argument before, and the answer is because money. So,
you think they just like listen to House's guesses so that they can run a bunch of tests, run up the bill, and then go, oh,
yep, and that way
Yeah,
the
hospital
people who
industrial complex.
made the show can then run up a bill on your cable bill. So,
I don't know, guys.
What?
I mean, we can do this. We can try different stuff. I've got like a last ditch emergency one that we can do.
all right.
You know, in the last 15 minutes of the episode that I think will take care of it. But we should have some other stuff that we do first.
All right.
I
Let's
seem to
go
have
try
heard a
to
rumor
find.
from Berkshire that the last few adventures people went on, they didn't even complete because they faffed around too much. Maybe your assumptions need to be reevaluated.
How about we go back to my last question? Do you know anybody who was there at that day? And
The whole town was there. Anyone that's older than 13 years was there.
do you know
Anybody who would
someone
remember it, like the village nerd or something.
I mean, we were all pretty drunk.
someone who was not drunk on that
So, like
day?
I said, the village nerd.
Well, let's
He'd
go
probably
find
remember.
the village nerd. I don't know what a nerd is, but we'll find it.
Do you know someone that was there that does not drink alcohol?
I mean, if your evil dictator was just overthrown and then murdered brutally in front of you, would you be carefully taking notes or would you be having the time of your life? It was the best day of my life, and that includes all 4 of my weddings.
Wait,
I mean-
so your husband used to work as a guard for the evil dictator?
It was
in her keep?
terrible.
Which
He had
husband?
no choice in the matter.
Which husband?
My 4th one, and my 3rd one, and my 2nd one. Not my first
You know,
one.
I think that whole, you know, had no choice, wasn't responsible thing got taken care of at the, you know, dealt with at the whole Nuremberg.
Oh, no, he was executed too on that same day. Yes,
Ah, okay.
for his crimes. Yes, yes. Yeah, I mean, he didn't have much of a choice. They had kidnapped his mother and his sister and his daughter from his first marriage, and told if he didn't serve as the head of her guard that they would all be tortured in perpetuity. It doesn't excuse his actions, but it does explain them.
Did the tyrant have any husbands?
Did the town have husbands?
No, the tyrant.
Is the town married?
Oh, Janice, did she have a husband? No, she was a cold-hearted witch. There's no way she could ever
So she
have
did
loved
magic.
a person. No, witch is a metaphor here. She's not actually. She wasn't a spellcaster at the time.
Oh, you just got the wrong
Well-
letter. You were looking for a B.
no,
not a
no,
W.
I meant witch because she had a witchy attitude.
Yeah, I mean, you know, in this particular world, you can't really just go throwing around, you know, things like that, you know, terms like that have very specific meanings here. Like, you can't go around being aghast, for example.
Well, that's true, but you still do call people hags from time to time, even though they're not.
How
And,
about
and
we
we
go
may
back?
refer to followers of certain cults as zombies, even though they're quite alive. I feel like there's an appropriate amount of wiggle room on this matter, but
How about we go back to the matter at hand?
The meta at hand, right?
Yes.
I've been saying we should go
Should we
off.
go look at the castle?
Yeah, let's go look at the castle, see what we can find there.
I'll ask the driver to drop me off in town. I'm not going there. He'll take
Why
you as
not?
close as he'll go. It's haunted, you know.
Haunted by who? By what?
Wait,
was it
didn't you say
pre-haunted?
it was burned down?
It was, but you can't burn stone to the ground. You can just burn its supports and blacken the stones and damage everything. If you wish to go, go for it.
Hold
but I will
on,
not
burn
join
the
you.
supports. That sounds like rocks fall, everyone dies.
Oh, anyway, by what is it haunted?
You'll find out.
Oh, you can just tell us.
I mean, haunting is not very specific. It's not like there is a skeleton that stands in front and it drives us away. It's more of a creepy, ghostly feeling where strange things happen. If I were to say it was haunted by something, it'd be the ghost of Janice. You know, but like, it's a broader sensation. It's not a simple single entity. It's a wide-reaching environment of fear and haunting.
Well, have
That
you been there
sounds like
before?
It sounds
long
like
way
you
of
guys don't
saying that you're
understand the
not
trope
prepared
that we're
for the
working with
castle
here.
either.
Have you ever seen anything haunted or scary before? Maybe I should go get better demon hunters. You seem to be underprepared for this job.
All right. Well, before you do that, we need to go find a Great Dane. But
I'm a great dame. You found me.
no, Dane, like the dog.
Oh, she looks downcast.
Or does anybody in the village have a dog? A good dog that could track?
I have a dog.
A dog is so high.
I didn't see it in the carriage.
Well, I have it. Even, that was what prompted the gods to ban the purchase of dogs.
Oh, I suppose I'm just an old woman and I can't see very well. I see it now next to you. There it is. Hello,
Wait,
puppy. Yes, don't you see? There's the quadruped. Right next to the horses.
Ooh, he must have hidden beside the horses.
Okay, well,
It's okay, guys. Rob has a dog, just like how probably about sometime back in April or May, I bought a horse. It's on my character sheet.
It's
Well,
like
I
a
only have
sign.
2 hit
I
points,
forgot
so it's
about
not
it.
like I was going to stand in the front line. Needed a dog for that.
I lean over to Sam. You should really take care of that dog. It might be getting dangerous for him around. With the whole thing about pets and stuff.
Don't worry, get him some snacks. He'll be good.
story,
Yeah,
people, story.
Start. All right, let's
You too, Neal, with all your
let's
jokes.
go to the castle.
All right.
I don't know, do you think it'll be useful? It feels like the castle's not super prepared.
Once again, you're examining things that you don't actually know anything about and attempt to derail the story to prove yourself right. You are a self-fulfilling prophecy. Just
I feel
engage
like
with the
going
game.
to the castle that she haunts makes an awful lot of sense.
Then
So
you
how
about we
should
get
do
Free
it.
killer.
How about we go to the castle and just look if it is really haunted or just feels haunted?
Wonderful. Driver, please
it could be
take
your
them
husband in a
there.
rubber mask.
My husband's dead. He doesn't wear... What's rubber? There we go. That's a better answer.
Well, I guess that's how you ended up with the granddaughter or something.
Oh, which granddaughter? The one from my first marriage? Oh, my second marriage's son's third marriage.
Well, I don't know, which one were you offering your hand in marriage?
I have a few granddaughters. You can have your pick of the litter if you don't want the pies. I also have many grandsons. You could take your pick of that litter too.
How do they feel about just being handed out like Halloween candy to whoever trick or treats?
I still don't know what Halloween
seems like
is.
there's
No,
consent
Sam.
or something.
She's
there.
candy.
Oh, that's yeah.
Yeah. See. See. Now you're getting it.
They don't really have a say in the matter. I'm the matriarch of the family. I get to decide everyone's fate. It's wonderful.
So you're just as much of a tyrant as Janice.
Oh no, I'm a benevolent dictator rather than a brutal bitch.
Well, I don't know. It sounds like you're willing to hand them out to willy-nilly anyone who offers to off this Janice lady.
Yeah, I mean, just offering them out to this guy's name is Bad Kane.
Big Bird Kane.
Don't let it get to your head, Kane.
Well, my head is
I
pretty
mean, he
big.
might as well be named Evil Dick.
Oi, I'm a mercenary. I only do that what I've been paid for, and I keep my head off really nasty business, like kids and stuff. Never mess
Alright.
with kids, especially that one. Point at the baby.
Well, have you killed enough time that you feel your actions will be effective now?
Yes.
I
I
think
don't
we
know.
should
I think
have-
my main plan will only work in the last 15 minutes, but we can try other stuff in the meantime.
I just
Maybe it'll work.
put a hand over Sam's mouth. Yeah, we should go now.
And what if you're wrong? What if you wait until the last 15 minutes and do your plan and it doesn't work?
Well,
But we can
hope-
try again next year. First, you don't succeed.
Try.
The very defeatist attitude. What if you just tried your hardest the entire time?
You know, lady, if the worst comes to bear, we just throw the baby at the ghost. Hope that both evil entities.
My God, I should have
it's
hired
not an
someone else. You
evil
guys are
baby.
incompetent. You're all incompetent, but there's no more time. You're our only hope this year. What
You're
have I
also
done?
blathery. Let's get going.
All right, let's go see this castle.
The old lady is dropped off in the town. in the village, while the driver takes you all the way up to the ruined keep. It's set up on a hillside with a nice view, kind of the forest around you, and you can kind of see the clearing where the village is. There's still some like trees there. There's smoke rising from the village, from the chimneys. The village is not on fire. And you arrive at this ruined, burned out keep. Well, when I say at, I mean like a quarter mile away. The carriage driver's horses get a little bit spooked, and he stops the carriage about a quarter mile out. And kind of gives like a rap on the door and says in a low voice, "I'll have to walk the rest of the way. I'll go no closer than this."
Why, are you afraid of getting wrecked?
He does not answer
Are you
you.
afraid of hitchhiking ghosts?
Are you
Does
afraid
not
of
answer.
hitchhikers guiding you around? Anyway,
So, Paladin, wizard, now do your thing.
All right. I feel like
I
we're
see
hearing
how
a
it
lot
is.
more about this place being burnt out after we decided that it might be a cool place to live.
Once
Let's go
again,
check
your
it out.
self-fulfilling prophecies are ruining the game.
She's not here.
Play it right.
she's not here, Neil.
I feel like I keep hearing Candy's voice.
It echoes in your mind.
Maybe
Oh my god,
Candy
she
the
is
ghost.
Janice.
Oh, dun dun dun.
Let's go
Or
check
maybe there
out
was
this
no
keep,
All right, so we
gang.
genocide the old lady. Game over.
It's
All
not
we
genocide
really
if
need
you're
to do
only
is
killing one
genocide the whole
person.
village. Problem
Yeah.
solved.
Genocide is
I
a
don't think
some,
that
genocide
word
the whole
means what you
village,
think it
though.
means.
you can't genocide a village. You have to genocide an entire population. It doesn't.
Okay.
Oh, God.
Semantics.
Just kill all the old people.
All right, fair enough. Massacre the village.
Neal seems to know an awful lot about
There.
genocide.
Maybe I'm Janice.
Anyway,
Well,
I
you're
lean
also
over-
Desmond and Lizzie, and I can go on and on. So tell us more about this castle as we walk up to it and prove
Keep.
it's not
It's a
haunted.
keep, not a castle.
Castle,
Okay.
keep, they both start with K.
Anyway, I lean over to then maybe that magic knife would come in handy. But now, if there is a ghost in there,
So there is.
Yeah, all right. Now you hand it to him.
okay, what kind of knife is it?
It is a golden dagger of +1. It also returns to your hand after you've thrown it, but only if it hits the target. So it's like, to throw.
So if you miss, you have to chase it.
Oh wait, it's a dagger.
Yeah,
Like an
it's
errant
like
frisbee?
kind of stupid.
Wait, it's a dagger.
A dagger.
Okay, so what's
Yes, a
the
dagger.
penalty for fighters without proficiency?
-2.
-2.
Okay, so I only have a +2 to hit. Okay.
I thought you
carry on.
threw daggers as like candy around.
He throws knives like they're candy.
Knives.
Close enough. We'll
Anyway,
give you a crossover
is-
proficiency between daggers and knives, so you can count yourself as proficient with it if you've got a
Okay.
dagger proficiency. That's legit. Unless you want to take the -2 to hit, I'm happy for that as well. You can voluntarily.
Oh yeah,
attack
maybe
at
you
lower.
won't hit me this time.
Anyway, let me describe the keep to you. A long dirt road winds along the edge of this hillside. There's a gently sloping hill to the left side of you that goes down, and a fairly steep hill on the right side that almost comes to a cliff face. A quarter mile down this twisted road is the portcullis, the gate of the keep. The gate runs the width of the road, and on the other side of it is just a straight drop off. And then beyond the gate, which you could see as you were kind of curving up here, is a small plot of land on which the keep sits. Cliff sides on all sides of it, down on the left and up on the right. The gate itself is charred and blackened in many different places. The portcullis is currently down. It's maybe 20 feet tall. It's kind of eroded. It looks like it wouldn't be too terribly difficult to climb. The weaker or crappier climbers of you would probably have to spend a little while doing it, but you get the feeling that all of you together could do it. It would just take time.
I mean,
Yes.
when in doubt, Connar can just chuck his boots over the wall back at us.
No. I'll put stay on my feet. Or I can just walk. I can just waltz up the wall and shimmy a rope down, and you guys can just climb up the rope.
Could do that.
Okay.
Well, the dog can. I feel like exploring a creepy castle needs a dog.
Yes.
How
Good.
big is the dog?
The
It's
bloodhound,
a war
right?
dog.
War dog?
Is it a great
How
day?
big?
I don't know. The war dog's pretty big. It's got more hit points than I do.
Is this what's its name?
Never really got that far. Its name is Extra Hit Points.
Oh my god, this is why we are outlying dogs and animals. Stupid.
All my other dogs were like had all kinds of names and things. I wouldn't have gotten a war dog if I hadn't rolled 2 hit points.
Well, how about we just tie the rope around the dog, pull him up, and the last one climbs over.
Can the rock lift the portcullis? I feel like that's
Bad Cane could.
That's an ability that
There's a bend bars lift gates subsidiary
You know
score
what?
under your strength.
yeah.
Okay.
Hey, Bad Cane. I bet
How
you I can
about-
bend these bars.
How about we two try it together?
And you can try both bed bars and lifting the gates.
Yes. You only get 1 attempt for each, but you can try both of them.
Okay, then I will do that. I will first try lift gate. I have a 35% chance.
Pretty
I will
good.
take low. Nope.
Hold on, wait. Okay, first off, let's not roll here.
Okay.
Let's not do it. You're still a quarter mile away from the keep. We can't just
Oh,
like
I
teleport
thought
to the
we
gates and
walked
start.
up to it already.
No. I described it from a distance. No one has. You're all a quarter mile away. The carriage
Oh,
driver's still
okay,
here. No one's
okay.
moved on yet.
Okay, never
Yeah.
mind then.
No, we're walking up to it. I
Okay,
assumed
so
we were
we
there.
walk a quarter mile?
Excellent. These are important details to go through
I
because
mean,
there are
unless there's like
encounters along the way.
landmines around the keep.
Oh.
There are encounters along the way, my friends.
I stroll.
Wonderful.
I stroll. Like there's nothing wrong.
You guys walk towards the keep.
Stroll.
The 20-foot wall, you stroll, everyone else walks. The 20-foot wall kind of gets more and more imposing as you approach. You notice the black bars of the portcullis are slightly twisted and bent. They don't look like they're like bent out of shape, but they look like they were built with like kind of a twisted shape to them. Then they've got little hooks and spikes jutting off of their sides. When you get to about 30 feet from within the gate, you feel the ground at your feet begin to tremble ever so slightly, and a split second later, bursting from the ground all around you are skeletal hands. I need everybody to make me a saving throw versus spell, including the dog. In fact, the dog has twice as many legs as you guys, so it needs to make 2 saving throws and pass both of them.
Well, that's a negative Ghost Rider.
Yep. Bad kind of like, nope. Stepping out of it.
Bad Cane manages to high step it through the zone of skeletal hands, as
know
does
what?
Samuel.
I just do
We'll try the dog here.
Oh my god, wow.
a backflip out of the area.
Okay,
Okay,
so
great. Zen is
Zen and the Rock. These skeletal hands reach out from the ground and grab at your ankles. Each of you... Well, the Rock, you take 1 point of damage. Zen, you take 2 points of damage as these skeletal hands like dig their fingers into your thighs or calves
God.
and start to rip the flesh from your bones.
Oh my god, that's like 25% of your health, Nick.
Yes, it is.
Okay. Are they
Can I
continue
make a
doing
turning
this?
attempt now?
There is
Do they-
a area, the width of this path, and maybe 30 feet long, that is covered with these skeletal hands. These
I would say.
grasping
Can I try to
claws.
turn them now?
Ooh.
Yes.
Nope.
The power of Christ doesn't compel you.
I will.
Oh, crap,
I will
Christ
take.
isn't even a god in this mythos. No wonder it failed. Ah!
No.
I will take out.
Yes, he is. We had zombie Jesus.
To do this on our own.
I remember that Easter episode, Neal. We had zombie Jesus.
You did, but he's not a deity.
Oh, okay. Very well.
I will take out the magic dagger. Zen gave me, and we'll start from the edge,
You heard
cutting
it
up
here,
the hand.
guys.
I think we should
Christianity's
roll
doesn't
initiative
work.
at
Okay.
this point.
Straight from Neal's mouth.
Yeah.
So +1 gives a bonus to initiative, right?
A +1 what?
+1 weapon also has a -1 to initiative, right? I think that was it.
4 days.
I don't remember where that rule came from. I don't remember that rule off the top of my head, but I believe Rob said something about that once upon a time. If
Could
you can
also be the
find
rule.
a rule for that on a page in the PHP or
We
DMG.
just kind of like house ruled that, I think.
Yeah, I'm not super fond of that.
I'm pretty sure that was just like house ruled.
Why, Neal? You don't
Okay.
want us going sooner?
It doesn't feel right to me.
Okay.
It's not like
just-
initiative is a
Magic,
huge
though.
deal.
So
It's
it's
a pretty big deal. Initiative is a pretty big deal.
So hold up. What's the initiative for, ripping myself out of the hands?
3.
Oh, so then I go at 7.
Okay, so the Rock goes at 7, Bad King goes at 7, Zen goes at 9. Sam is taking a full round action to turn undead. Oh, Sam already tried to turn undead.
Yeah, that
right?
was the previous round.
Okay, what is Sam doing this
Grab
time around?
I guess I'm gonna shield and mace
Wonderful.
because that's all I got.
Nice. Forgot that R. Or that D.
Okay.
10 plus 5. Probably gonna be the same. Yep.
Lovely.
I see you're getting my rolls for initiative.
So, first up in the initiative order is Bad Kane and the Rock, who both go at 7.
I will take the magic dagger Zen gave me and sweep at the hands at the edge of the field, like cutting them.
Make me a roll to hit.
Yep.
You
Nice.
don't. You almost stab the Rock instead. But you don't.
You bastard! I told you! I swear if you stab me!
Well, you
I
should
swear to
you should
God.
stand right at the edge of the field then.
Oh, yeah, because it's like I've got much of a
I
choice.
almost lose my grip and almost throw it at the rock. It's like the dagger wants to go towards the
Swear to God, I'll cut you in half.
The Rock,
That's a little
it's
bit
your,
of evil.
your
That's a little bit
turn.
of
I break myself free of these stupid hands.
Give me a strength check to try and rip yourself free of the skeletal hounds.
Can I, Neal? Can I switch to a spell instead of macing?
Sure, you're going last anyway, it's fine. You do pull yourself out, Rock. You manage to back out to the entry area that you came from, kicking the hands free of you.
Stupid friggin' hands.
Zen.
Oh god, this is a dangerous situation for Zen.
Zen also manages to pull himself out.
Oh yeah, I forgot Zen.
The zone. Wow.
I forgot Zen is not a weak little wizard.
Oh.
He is a bit about.
No,
about
I've got
everything.
alright. I've got like above 10 stats for everything except for charisma. So
Don't need it.
it's just like 12, 16, 12, 14, 11, 6, 13.
Okay. Got the full map here. So I'm actually gonna do a little bit of a doodle here for us. See, something like this.
I
and
forgot
something
that
like
quote. That's
this.
like the best. It's a good quote.
And this goes down here, do. And this goes up over here, do.
Pretty good
And we
quote.
have a zone of skeletal hands, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. About like that, but it should be in a color that is visible. What about red? That's too much. What about... No. Alright, we're just gonna settle on blue. So the blue area is where the skeletal hands are. and I believe the party members are all back here, kind of south of this.
I mean, we can
area.
just give us some tokens. So.
Yeah, there's a lot of tokens. It'd be.
I mean, we can just write our names.
Yeah, go ahead, write your initials like that, like BBC for Big Bad Cane, TW for The Rock, S for Sam, Z for Zen. You guys want to give yourself some markings?
I like, yeah, the rock is outside. So.
Lovely.
BBC.
Big Bad
Really?
Cane.
Yes.
How about we
Really?
just go with the? How about we just go with B?
What are you suggesting, Rob? What are you suggesting? Huh? Did you think of something that this might otherwise stand for?
Well, I mean, yeah, sure. If you want to go there, Big Bad Cane. I mean,
Rob started it.
Seriously,
Rob
is this what we've devolved into?
Rob started it.
How old are all of you guys?
12.
It seems like it. My God.
Rob is definitely under 12.
Well, I just asked a question here.
Can we
I
get an
didn't
S
say
for
anything.
Sam somewhere, please? There we go. Excellent. So, I don't need all of these. Two spiders begin to crawl down from the cliffside on 12 initiative. The first one shoots a strand of sticky web at Big Bad Cane. With a... What is this? This is a 14 to hit, not including armor, only taking into account dex or magic bonuses.
It just hits.
Oh, right.
I have 14 with the only dex.
The sticky web kind of splatters on your chest and like wraps around your sides a little bit as the spider begins to start to draw you in on its next turn. This second spider is going to creep down the side and come over towards Zen, where it will make a bite attack with
Excuse me?
oh god, a 11 to hit.
No.
All right. Spider tries to bite you, but to no avail. Finally, Sam gets his spell off.
All right, Spider, we're going inside, so I gotta use this now. Sun Scorch.
The sun already went down. We said the sun was setting when you guys were in the
We did?
graveyard. Yeah.
Oh.
I don't even remember that.
Well, clearly you're not paying attention to.
Scorch.
Or maybe this isn't just a milkshake.
Maybe he was distracted by that prominent BBC up there.
There's a lot of vodka in there.
I guess you're on the
so I'm
East
gonna
Coast,
move
so it's
over
like
here.
4:30.
No, I definitely started at like 3:30. And it's not as bad as the morning I started at 11.
You could just move your token instead of drawing a new one.
Or he could draw a new one every single
Or you
time.
could draw a new one every single time. That's cool too. Whatever floats your boat, Samwell. You move next to the
And-
spider and
And I'm gonna try to smash it with my mace. Let me see what my bonus to hit is. Or actually, longsword. Sorry, I have a longsword. I've got a +2.
Ooh.
Do it.
that will do it. I'm 90% sure.
3 damage, if so.
Lovely. Perfect. Okay, you strike the spider. And I believe we're going to roll initiative for the next round.
Yes.
So, does the spider get attack of opportunity if I try to cast a spell?
Nope.
No? Okay.
I feel like our zombie music would be a little louder. Here we go. Okay. The spider goes at 6, and the other spider goes at 11. We have 16, 4, 6, and 8. And is extra hit points doing anything?
Rob,
Huh?
Is extra hit
dog.
points
The
doing
dog.
anything?
Oh, yes. He'll make an attack.
We have to include the dog in the earlier battles so it can die and not just like teleport to the end battle.
yeah. How about you just call it spider food?
It hits, I think.
I was hoping for initiative roll, to be honest. Before the attack
Where it's
rolls.
attacked last time.
I guess that could be last round's attack. Sure, that's fine. It hits a spider.
It bites into the poison
7.
gland.
Oh my god. It badly wounds a spider. I think when the dog comes up and like takes a bite out of it, the dog then like retches and backs away. And maybe it's dimly lit outside, right? The sun has already set, the moon's up, but it's kind of cloudy. There is something off about these spiders.
Are these Ziders?
They look like zombie spiders now that you've paid attention to what's going on. I don't know why zombie spiders aren't a thing more often. That's like the most terrifying thing in the world.
Well, then don't zombies always go last in a round?
Not zombie spiders, buddy.
They
We
are
could
fast.
use initiative for your dog, and then we will run.
All right, and I'm gonna call him McGruff.
Ooh,
Since
takes
I'm
a
a paladin,
bite out
he's
of
gonna take a
crime.
bite out of crime. Yes.
Okay.
Love
I
it.
think first one is Bad Cane with the floor.
I do believe Bad King goes first.
Okay, this is like a strand of web that is pulling me, right?
Yes.
I will take the magic dagger and cut it.
All right. You slice through the web. It's a magic dagger. Why don't you just roll me for damage on that?
Oh. So, 9 damage.
Can you explain to me where you get the +8 to damage from?
Oh, no, wait. It's not specialized. That's 7 damage. I have +5 from my strength, +1 from the dagger.
Okay, got it. You sever the web attaching you to the spider. It drops harmlessly to the ground.
And I will pull out a sickle and take a step back to let the rock take the brunt of the spider.
All right, Zen, you go at 6.
Okay, is the spider in front of me looking like it's almost dead?
It is badly wounded, yes.
Alright, then I'll put 2 at it.
Nice.
Do you have a
And-
third missile somewhere?
Yeah, it's going to the other spider.
Okay. The 2 kill the one spider. The other is doing a
5.
pretty good job, yeah.
And
Okay.
then if I can, I'm just going to like skedaddle to the other side of sand.
Okay.
2 more spiders come from the other side.
The other spider crawls back across the clawed area, down onto the ground, and shoots a spider web strand across the 35 feet at the rock with a 7 to hit. It falls harmlessly into the skeletal claws.
You see, I was kind of hoping it hit, so then I could like wrangle it back into the claws itself. You know, this spider is kind of smart for being not only an animal but also a zombie.
Yes, it's almost like the area is haunted.
Nah. It's DM hacks the whole way.
Okay, who's next?
Let's see. I believe Rob is next.
All
And
right,
his dog.
let's do this. So, I guess we each have the same attack roll. Okay, so my attack and then the dog's attack. I miss. The dog hits.
Hits what?
Oh, the spider is gone. No more spiders?
The spider moved It's like, how can you play a game when the people aren't even paying attention to the game? Like, the spider went across to the other side of the skeletal claws
seriously amazing Halloween costumes.
and tried to attack the rock. Why do we even play if no one's even paying attention to the game?
I mean,
My God.
I'm paying attention, Neal.
don't judge the whole group only by one person, please.
I'm sorry, but Heidi
You're
Klum
right.
has some seriously amazing Halloween costumes.
You can look at them later. Or at least share them
Well, it's
with
a Halloween
chat.
episode.
At least share them with chat.
Okay, because they are like next level.
All right. So what are you doing, Rob?
I guess since I don't have any way to attack all the way across there, and I'm not going to walk into skeletal hands that can kill me instantly. I'm going to go. That's right. You run away from the paladin who scared you with my justice.
Justice uppercut.
Does your dog run across the skeletal area? I mean, it is a war dog, and its enemy is escaping.
No, I tell my dog, sit and stay here. Heal.
The dog doesn't have any healing spells, but he will stay. Next in the initiative order, I believe, is the rock. Everyone else is gone?
Sure, yeah. Can I just like...
That is a deeply slanted cliff.
It's a deeply... Oh, and the spider's able to do it because
Because it's a spider, and it can, like, climb on walls and shit.
And the rock
heck.
can't because he only has spider climb boots.
Yeah. Yeah, Neal.
Well, if you have spider climb boots, that's a whole different story.
Yeah.
I mean, if a
All right,
spider
so-
can do it, then the rock can do it.
The rock
Easy
can
peasy.
do whatever a spider can do, so I'm gonna
Yeah.
run over there and
Absolutely
be like, screw
easy.
you.
He does
Free
whatever
spider.
a spider can.
Ah,
Roll the
And
hit,
I'm
hits
gonna
the
hit.
spider.
Gonna hit the spider. It's just a medium creature, right?
Is
Yeah.
he strong? Listen, bud.
Don't worry, Neal. I do minimum damage.
You do not kill the spider, surprisingly.
Dang.
And we roll initiative for the next round.
Oh, right.
The spider goes at 9.
Kane is like dashing over the.
Aw, man. Don't worry. If Kane doesn't kill it, I will.
Did I
Robbie
not-
did it again.
I'm
Oh,
not
you need
rolling
to say it.
initiative.
Oh,
I'm
too
assuming the rock can wreck the spider.
Sure. That's fair. 3, 10, 13. So, Bad Kane, you go first.
Okay, I drop the sickle and the dagger, and if to anyone who
Okay,
ever
hold
watched
on.
Health-
I want to immediately change my action to picking up the dagger, the magical dagger.
Okay.
Smart man.
Okay.
Bad Kane, continue.
to anyone who ever watched Helsing or Helsing Ultimate, he does the same thing as Anderson does with his bayonet. Kane does with his knives. Two knives in a sand. 3 knives. I can throw 3 in a round, so it's 1 now and 2 at the end, right?
If you can throw 3, then it's 1 now, 2 at the end. Yeah.
You're
Okay.
gonna hit the rock again.
And I go, of course, to the edge of the zombie field because 30 feet. That's my max range with knives. That's what kind of penalty? -4?
The spider is 35 feet from you.
Oh.
I really feel like knives should be more than 30 feet for max range.
10 yards.
Effective range?
I mean, I could throw like a 5-gallon thing
So
of
here's-
water.
It's not
at
just
50
about like
feet.
getting it to that distance. It's
Yeah.
getting to that distance with accuracy and enough force behind it to still be damaging.
I'm
Like,
six.
it's
I
easy
can
to
just
throw a
lean
rock
a bit
30
over
feet.
and
It's hard to throw a knife 30 feet and actually stab someone.
Yeah,
Stab
it's
you.
not the distance that's a problem. It's the
Oh, it's
skill.
only 25 foot.
Anyway,
I mean, I'm
what are you doing,
specialized.
BBC?
Could I maybe forfeit the other 2 throws? I'm specialized in knives, so to make like an accurate throw in 35 feet, like concentrating for a moment and throwing. It's. I mean, I'm 6'6". I could probably lean over a bit and be like with my long arms in range.
I like what you're going for, but I don't want to set a precedent of allowing people to extend their range by giving up other things. I feel like that is a bad precedent to set.
That's all right. Don't hit the rock.
Extend range by taking the throwing proficiency multiple times.
We have got to make this switch to 5e. These skills and powers things are so dumb. It's like at first it was fun, and now it's just irritating.
This isn't even a skills and powers character.
No. The throwing range is extension.
It's like you get like 5 feet each time you take the extra proficiency.
Okay. Anyway, Big Bad Kane, what are you up to?
If I can't do anything, then I won't do anything.
Can totally do things.
Okay, I will ready to throw a knife if the spider comes in range.
Cool. The spider is right next to the rock this time. He doesn't need to. I should say, the spider will spit his strand of web at you, Rock. Oh God, it missed again. It's rolled another 7 against you. It was gonna get you, man. It was gonna hit you, and then walk around you for all of its movement to wrap you up with the spider web, and then.
Oh yes, please walk all around me in a circle.
It would have, but it missed the spiderweb strand, so it doesn't do it.
Because you know what happens when it walks around me like that, Neal?
What happens?
I don't know, but it walks in a circle and it probably gets a little dizzy.
Well, it doesn't, because it missed its spiderweb attack and it's your turn, and you're just going to kill it now.
Yep.
Unless you miss. Yeah.
I could miss. I only have a +9.
13 AC? Oh.
But tell me how I triple crit this thing.
Well, why don't you tell me how? And wait, I have a better idea. Rob, why don't you tell us how Connar hits the spider with his big two-handed sword? Unless you're looking at Halloween costumes again.
I feel like Connar brings the sword. I feel like first he flips the spider up into the air with his sword, and then when it's at about shoulder level, like swings, and it just the body just goes into a mist, and legs just go flying everywhere in a cloud.
All right, that is what happens.
So you say he did not hit it with the edge, the flat side of the blade, and just the physical force just exploded the spider.
It's just that the what is that with a bullet? The hydrostatic shock of the sword going through the spider
Ripples and explodes it.
Yes,
I can see
the
that.
legs flying.
All right. Well, here you are. The spiders are dead. There is still this field of claws, but as the spider dies, the hands reach themselves back into the earth. And
I immediately
no
put a
trace.
stick to make sure they're not going to pop out again.
You poke the ground with a stick. It seems fine.
Rock, you feeling brave?
I always feel brave.
Does anybody else have a shield?
We are not skirting over this field. Not on a shield.
Anybody else have a shield?
No. I'm a wizard.
Oh, really? Nobody else does?
The rock uses a two-hander.
I mean, I know I'm pretty great and I'm pretty strong, but it takes a lot of control to use this thing. I need both hands.
Yeah. Oh. By the way, I'm going to pick up my sickle again then. Oh, where's the dagger? Did you take it?
Yes, I hand it back to him and say, drop it again and you're not getting to keep it.
Well, I didn't
Or
want
actually,
to
you're not
throw it.
keeping it anyway, so don't drop it again.
Well, I didn't want to throw it. I wanted to use knives.
Fair enough. You can, throw your knives with the other hand, just don't drop the dagger into this creepy area. Or any hand could just, drag it back into the ground.
That's a good idea. Alright, got it. Okay.
Alright then.
Okay.
So, what are you going to do?
I feel like the fact that there was this stuff here means that maybe we're on the right track.
Well, anyway, Rock, do you... and I call over to the Rock. Rock, do you mind maybe stepping into that field? It only scratched you last time, and we have to test if the hands are still active.
Why don't you step in there?
Rock, don't make this difficult. He's not high enough level.
Waltz, then. Waltz.
All right, I see how it is. You just want me for my glorious mosses. So I'll take a step in there.
You are standing on solid ground.
Want to point out they are glorious.
Thank you. So,
All right.
no hands come and get me.
No hands come and get you.
Zen tentatively takes a step,
No
I
hands
prepared a
come
wa-
and get you.
Dang it.
and then another one.
Move your
Zen-
character on the map.
Zen characters, right? Zen suspiciously walks
I
5 feet
prepare a
into it.
laugh.
Big Bad Cane just runs to the other
And-
side.
And then like another 5 feet.
Seems fine.
And then another 5 feet.
You're halfway through. It looks okay.
Neal, does
And
anything happen when I
again, he takes another 5 feet. This is happening like 1 minute at a time.
Yeah, Neal,
Oh
does
my
anything happen when I
God,
run
Zen.
over the whole area to the
No,
other side?
it's totally fine.
And
we are
walks another 5 feet. And then
You're
another
almost
5 feet,
there.
And then another
You've
5
made it across. It's just
Okay.
Sam and McGruff.
McGruff.
Neal's gonna kill.
So I'll go across here.
You should make a token.
Not Rock,
you should,
Rob.
you should give McGruff a symbol so
Yeah,
we know.
that'd be great. You
McGruff
all
drew a symbol of taking a bite out of crime.
All right, you guys clear the area and move forward towards the gate.
Okay. Now we can try opening the gate.
Okay, so once again, we've got this like 15-foot wide pathway that is blocked this time by a large gate. It extends about 10 feet over the edge of the path. Kind of this area on the left side again is just like downhill, slopey, but the wall also like heads down and over. It's good. Probably goes like all the way down, then up the slope like that. And then this side up here has become not so much gentle slope, but like steep cliffside that goes up maybe 50 or 60 feet. So it's, tall.
Well, keep your eyes peeled, everyone. Don't want to have another nasty surprise like those spiders.
They weren't that bad.
Well, they could be
I'm a
bad.
quarter dead.
Well, Zen, if someone looks at you funny, you're pretty much a quarter dead anyway. So
You're not wrong, but I'm still a quarter dead.
Well, anyway, let's get on with it.
Okay. You guys arrive at the gate.
So lift the gate, guys.
I tell the gate to open. So gate, open.
So do we? Yeah.
I thought you were
It
gonna
does
like
not.
muscle it.
How about
does not
we
open?
try?
It does not open.
Gate, will you please open?
It still does nothing. The twisted,
Gate, I swear to God, if you don't open right now.
the twisted
I-
and warped bars that are hooked seem to laugh at you as you yell.
Do they
at it.
actually
No.
laugh at me, or do they
There's
only
no
scream?
sound, but like
All
the
right,
wind
yeah.
is kind of blowing through the trees, which produces this kind of like.
Hold on. Zen's gonna try to bend the bars just for fun.
Alright, I should say the sun has well set by now. It is very dark outside.
Neal, what? Neal,
I pull out my continual light lantern and attach it to my belt.
Wonderful. These things need to be said.
okay,
Otherwise,
fine.
you're still in pitch black.
Pebbles everywhere.
You drop pebbles all over the floor.
No, not really. I pull up pebbles.
Okay, so you have them in your hand, and the rock has got a lantern. Fantastic.
Anyway,
Go ahead and make me
anyways.
a bend bars lift check, lift gates check.
all right. So low is good. I've got
Low is good.
4%.
Zen gives a heave and a hoe.
The
And
wizard is just.
You take 1 point of damage, and your hands are bloodied from the action as these bars are barbed.
Oh come on,
But
Neal.
you manage to bend the bars enough that you can slip
Are
on
they
through.
wide enough for us to get through?
It
That's
will
the
be
whole
a
point
tight
of bend bars.
squeeze. Yeah,
It'll
you can
be
do
what?
it. It'll be a tight squeeze, but you can do it.
I'll just like look at the bars, look at Zen. It's like, man, those
The
must have
one
been like
case-
some really like
Well,
crappy.
there are more bars. Why don't you try it?
The one case where the
I'll
wizard
look at
just
his hands and be like, I don't
Looks
know.
like
They
it'd be
look
a
pretty
good workout.
Oh god.
They do look like a good workout, but it's not good for your hands if they're bleeding. You see, because then you don't get a good grip on the bar, and that's just bad. Like, what's gonna happen if I'm
Well, no,
going
if your
to
hands
lift
get
and-
bleedy, then you just rub some lemon juice in it, and that'll like help with the grip.
No, you rub dirt on it. Jeez, what do you know?
I thought you rub chalk on it, but what do I know?
Well, yeah, that's if you're actually trying to lift. But if you actually like cut up your hands, then you rub dirt on it.
That seems like the best way to get a blood infection.
Nah, rub dirt on it, you'll be fine.
Well, it's not
I don't care. Totally worth.
So
Well, anyway, let's go inside, guys.
All right, I'll go through the hole that Zen made.
Yep.
Sound so stupid. I can't believe that actually happened.
The wizard that just you probably didn't even expect to do this.
I know. I was just like, and then it actually bends, and you just see his Zen's eyes that are always open just go like extremely wide.
And some veins pop up in your face.
Oh
Imagine
man.
you had done this with Gerald. The old man.
I think Gerald had nearly the same strength that Zen does,
Okay.
so it could have.
So we step all through the gate, Neal.
You all go through the gate, including the dog. Extra hit points.
We're in the back.
right.
His name's McGruff, Neal. Get it right.
McGruff extra hit points. Or is
Maybe
it extra hit
McGruff?
points McGruff?
Let's call him
maybe
McGruff.
McGruff the
Take
extra.
a bite out of crime.
Okay.
McGruff, the lawful good dog.
Also called.
He's not
extra
just a
hit
good boy, he's a lawful good boy.
Excellent. You have entered the courtyard of the keep. The keep itself is not very large. It's maybe 30 by 30, and it's like a 4-story tower. Not 30 by 30. 40 or 50 by 50, and a 4-story tower that goes up. There are a couple of ruins of buildings that were in the courtyard. One of them looks like it was probably a stable, but it's totally gone. You can just like see a few posts here or there, and like a burned out water trough that's mostly burned away. There are a few other small structures, including a small wooden building whose door is missing that has like a staircase in it that heads down and kind of into the wall cliffside on the right.
Wait, say the last part again.
So you've got, let's draw a courtyard over here on this map.
Okay.
There's like a courtyardy
Thank
thingy. This is not
I
to
need-
scale, whatever. And there's like a building, the main keep at the back of it. And there's like a little hut over here that has a staircase in it that heads in that direction. Down and in that direction.
Can you give us our movement options like a 1980s era text adventure game?
Yeah.
You know, I've only ever played like 10 minutes of... No, maybe an hour of... What was that game called? Zorp? Or...
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've only played like an hour of Zorp, so I don't really remember.
So what you're saying is it took you an hour, you spent an hour trying to figure out how to move the rug in the house at the beginning, and then you gave up.
I don't really remember where I went, to be honest. It's been a couple years since I tried that.
Well, anyways, can we go north, south, east, west? What are our options here?
Up, down, left, and right.
Well, I don't want to define what your options are by limiting them, but there is the large keep, there is the courtyard, and there is this small building with the staircase that goes down, and that's all that's in this building, apparently. And that's all that
staircase
is
seems
obviously
creepy.
available.
Go small staircase.
Yeah.
Well, it could be a crypt, so.
Right, you guys enter the small staircase. It heads down. It's narrow and opens into a long hallway with jail cells on either side. You seem to have found the dungeons. There are various skeletons still chained up in here.
So, to one of the skeletons, I was just kind of like,
Guys, that's pretty creepy. Who would chain up a skeleton?
no, I think they were chained up and then they died in here. But to one of the skeletons, I'm like, so, what you in for?
Skeleton does not reply.
How many, Neal?
There are 12 cells, 4 of which contain skeletons. One of those cells has 2 skeletons. So
I'm gonna try to turn everything here just in case.
all right. Give me your words that you use to turn undead. How do you do it? Aside from the roll. Yeah, aside
Well,
from the
let
dice
me
roll.
see what the roll is so I see what I say. By the masterful feat of a stair, I command you to moonwalk back whence you came.
You're using a stairs feet as your point of order? Anyway, none of the skeletons move. Apparently invoking a stairs feet does not help anything.
But I got a 19.
You did get a 19. Everything stays the same.
I don't think.
Maybe I should have evoked the goddess Roger. She did everything a stair does, but backwards, in heels.
I don't think these are dead, mate. Maybe.
Well, not anymore. I cured them.
Is there
Well,
anything?
a stair cured them.
Is there anything else, Neal? In the
It's
cells?
no dungeon, no. I mean, you know,
Well-
like regular dungeon stuff, right? There's some like cots that are old and tattered, and there's some cobwebs and spider webs and buckets lying around, some implements of torture and destruction, but they're all like kind of oxidized and, you know.
Maybe
Well,
we should look for a
Oh my
secret
God,
passage. There's always a
corrosion.
secret passage in a dungeon.
Is anybody of us a elf or half elf? They are good at finding that stuff.
That sounds like a
Yeah, I
stereotype.
definitely spent points on that ability.
What do you mean spend points?
I
thought everyone in your race is good at that.
So can I make a perception check?
You guys would like to search the dungeon for
Yes,
secret exits?
I would like to search the good old-fashioned
Wonderful!
way.
I don't think people search enough these days.
Yeah.
Everyone
Well,
please
they're-
roll me perception checks to search the dungeon.
See, I look around. I'm too focused on asking the skeletons like what they're in for.
I'm
Yeah.
like talking to Sam about how he really should be able to detect hidden passages if he is a half elf or elf.
Sam,
do
are
I
you
detect the secret passage?
human? Or are you a sub
No, I'm an elf.
You're a full-blooded elf?
I'm a custom elf.
Custom elf bullshit.
Yeah.
He's a
All right.
customs elf, so like, do I need to give him my papers?
Sam
Are
and
you-
Zen get to the end
Wait,
of the
Neal,
hallway.
did you just shit on multiculturalism among elves?
Yes, you did.
No, I don't think I said anything about culture in that statement.
He's upset that I wasn't a pure blood elf.
That's not
Yes.
multiculturalism, that's mixed breeding.
He is Rob.
So,
Remember?
you know, that's what Neal has a
There's
problem
violence
with.
on both sides, and I'm sure that the DM is a very fine person.
Remember Tapian?
All right.
I think what he's saying.
Sam, you find a hallway, a magic secret hallway, and the moment you go in, the ceiling collapses and you die. And your spirit haunts your own dog, which is forced to chase its own tail forever.
Aw.
It will never
kinda
catch
cute.
it. It's the
If
Sisyphus
you
of
feel
dogs.
that's the right thing to have happen, Neal.
How much XP for mercy killing the dog?
You get 0. In fact, the rocks seem to fall out of the hallway towards you, and Bad Kane also dies. It's just Zen and the rock left now, and a dog chasing its tail. in
Well, Zen,
circles.
this is pretty interesting. It's crazy how all these people die.
But, and then you all realize that it's just a vision of what could come to pass.
The rock never dies.
No.
That's what I got from it.
So what you see instead, actually, Sam and Zen, if you guys hadn't interrupted me with your nonsense about multiculturalism, which wasn't even about multiculturalism, it was more about mixed race breeding.
Focus.
But let's
pure
hear
blood
neither here nor
elves. You
there.
were saying you preferred pure blood elves.
No, I prefer humans and humans only. Everything else is a piece of crap. You do find a secret passageway at the back of the dungeon.
Ooh.
There is a false floor. Zen spots it because of the inconsistency in the stonework. Sam spots it because he feels a slight, ever so slight breeze kind of brushing against the hairs on the back of his neck.
The rock is still trying to get an answer out of the skeleton.
By the way,
The
what is the
skeleton hasn't
baby
answered
doing?
you. The baby is sleeping.
Oh god.
Everybody,
That is,
stealth.
well, that is not a good
Use
sign.
Stealth.
Guys, we
Very
gotta be quiet. Ka-chunk. We gotta be really quiet. Ka-chunk.
Wait,
To,
what
like,
kind
take
of
a
armor?
step.
Yeah, wait. I have splint mail. I was like,
Yeah, same here.
And yet, despite all of your yelling, talking to skeletons, fighting spiders, the baby is peacefully asleep with a smile on his face.
You know, if anything is disconcerting, that is pointing at the baby.
It's not the undead zombies, or the zombie spiders. It's not the hands coming out of the ground. It's not the curse of the headless horseman. It's the sleeping baby.
Yeah, the sleeping. The demon baby that never sleeps is sleeping in this environment. I think that says a lot about this environment.
Peacefully
How'd you
and
feel?
smiling. Maybe you know, Sam, that might actually be the right place, a proper place to raise this baby. At least.
Okay, so hold on. Never eats. Generally doesn't sleep. We can just like leave him here. He'll be fine.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
Probably.
No, he still needs to be changed for some reason. That's what I don't understand.
I mean,
And
he'll
change
get a
into
rash.
what?
You could probably command the hands to do it.
No, he doesn't eat, but he still needs to be changed.
Changed into what?
Changed into fresh
Diapers.
diapers.
Oh.
Anyway, should we head into
Yeah,
the
you can do
tunnel?
the dirty work for that.
Guys, should
Let's
we
head in, guys.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a secret passage, right? There's got to be
Guys.
something in there.
Let's look for clues.
All right.
I mean, clues.
Maybe.
Okay.
Well, we have a dog. That's a start. We could paint it blue. Anyway, we should head into that hallway.
You lift the floor.
Maybe we should draw a map. A map?
It very quickly becomes obvious you're not going to need a map. I'm going to save you some time there. You lift the floor, slide it to the side. There's another small staircase that opens into a 15 by 15 room that is filled with comfortable couches, long draping tapestries, this giant gaudy picture of who you assume to be... I've already forgotten her name. It's written down somewhere. Janice, thank you. That you assume to be Janice. She has this kind of twisted smile that looks like she's taking immense pleasure out of something, but at the same time, like, her eyes are looking at you like she hates you. It's this kind of like twisted, happy hate smile that she's got going on.
Right. So the eyes of somebody torturing someone.
Maybe just kind of wicked and mean, but
Neal, I'm gonna
Oddly
side strafe.
pleased.
Do the eyes follow me?
I don't know. What's the rock? Make an intelligence check, Rock.
I can't
A perception
wait.
check and intelligence check.
I really hope to fail this. Oh, I fail the hell out of it.
The eyes watch you everywhere you go.
Guys, I think this place might actually be haunted. Like,
What gives you that idea? The
the
creepy.
freaking eyes are following me, man.
No, it's not. It's not.
No,
the Krob fan.
those eyes are following me. You're just
No, I mean-
you're stationary. You know what? You move. Those eyes followed me.
Yeah, but while I'm taking steps, it's not the corpse hands, it's not the creepy zombie spiders. It's of course a painting. Of course. Let me just look at my intelligence. That's average.
Please fail it too.
It watches you too. In fact, it's looking at you at the same time as looking at him.
Okay, I start like dancing around the room to see. if it's following me.
All right. Zen
He's
starts
already got the
dancing
Zen.
and
He's
dancing
now.
and you
Like,
pass
look at
right
him.
by it, and the figure in the painting, kind of including the paper itself, rips out of the painting as you dance past it and lashes onto, wrapping itself around your body.
See, I already
Zen.
told you. And I go like,
Damn it, Janice.
All right. We
Just
are
roll for
entering combat once. Actually, you know what? It's been an hour. We're gonna take a break, and when we come back from break, we're gonna
Good, I
see
need
if
more
the
alcohol.
painting can kill Zen. See you on the other side.
I mean,